बत्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहने कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनीं स्तोतेना खलु पाण्डवैरननदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेशरं हरिकदा सम्बोधना बोधितम् लोके षड्जन षट्पदैरहरः देवीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगा ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
धन्यवादः साकेत। ओम श्री कृष्ण परमात्मने नमः। अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः। धृतराष्ट्रोवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुत्सवः मामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय। मंजरी भगिनी कृपया स्वीकरोतु।
धन्यवाद भगिनी। हरि ओम। Welcome all for the English session of Bhagavad Gita. So all of you know that last class we were doing fourth chapter, that is Jnana Yoga. So in the beginning of fourth chapter, we have seen that Krishna introduces himself or reveals his true identity to Arjuna in beginning few shlokas, and then last week he told about Chaturvarnam Maya Srishtam. So he tells that, and then an important thing that he tells last week was Namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spraha iti mam yaha abhijanati karma bihi na sa badhyate. So one who knows the Bhagavan Swarupa, and then he will not be bound by the karmas, that is so he will get moksha, Krishna says. So how it is? It is because when we think of great people, when we think of Bhagavan, when we think how he did action without clinging himself to the fruits of those actions, so how he was able to do nishkama karma. So by listening to those things, by doing manana repeatedly of those things, the acts of great people, especially of Krishna, of Bhagavan, so what happens is, without our knowledge, we also start getting those qualities. So that's what Krishna says here. So one who knows the Bhagavan Tattva, Bhagavan Swarupa, that for him, Name karma phale spraha. I'm not interested in karma phala. And na mam karmani limpanti. These karmas, they'll not cling to me, and I'm not interested in any of these karmas, but yet I always do karma. So these things, so when a person understands all these things, so then he also becomes like that. So that is very important message he has given last week. And then also next sloka he says that evam jnatva purvairapi mumukshubhihi. The jnani, the mumukshus in ancient time also, by knowing the swarupa of Bhagavan and doing the practice in karma yoga, they have got moksha. So hey Arjuna, you also do like that, like how some of the great people have done in the past. So you also do like that, he says. So then today, he's in the previous shlokas, he told about his real identity, that is Jnana Yoga, that is Jnana of Bhagavan Swarupa. So in the coming shlokas, he'll be telling the Swarupa of Karma Swarupa. So how to do karma and how to do action and what are different types of karma, all those things he is telling in detail in these shlokas. So who reads the 16th shloka, Bhagini or Mahoday? Who reads?
अस्तु महोदय।
Yes.
ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरमात्मने नमः। किं कर्म किमकर्मेति कवयोऽप्यत्र मोहिताः। तत्ते कर्म प्रवक्ष्यामि यज्ञात्वा मोक्ष्यसे शुभात्।
धन्यवाद महोदय. So kim karma kim akarma iti kavayaha api atra mohitaha. So what is karma and what is akarma? Kavayaha means here we should take it as scholars, not poets. So here he says that even the scholars, the great scholars, the learned people, the panditas also get confused sometimes. They also become deluded. What is karma and what is akarma? That means what is right thing to do. Sometimes they also get confused. So tatte karma pravikshami. I will tell you that karma yat jnatva, by knowing which moksha se ashubhat. You'll get liberation from all the sins or all the ashubha, he says. So he says that even the sages are confused with respect to the right action and the wrong one. So I now elaborate the secret of right action, knowing by which you shall be free from sins. By knowing that, so Krishna is telling that I will tell you about the right action. By knowing that, you will be free from all the sins, he says. So in this world, a person may be very learned or a pandita or a scholar, but many times he also at some point of time he gets confused. So he will not know what is right thing and what is wrong thing, what to do and what not to do. So he gets confused. And many times his intentions may be good. He starts a new work, but what happens after some time? So, without his knowledge, he starts expecting something out of it. So, he's trapped in that phalapeksha without his knowledge. So, it starts. So, then what happens? He feels very sad for that, because you know that when expectation starts, then disappointment follows with the expectation. So expectation reduces joy, all of us know. So when he starts expecting, when he develops that phalapeksha, then he starts suffering. So when the suffering starts, when the disappointment starts, then he thinks that, oh, I shouldn't have done that work. Because I did that work, because I didn't get the expected result, so I'm suffering now. But he never understands that it is because of his expectation he is suffering, not because he did that work. So the karma is, there is, it's not faulty. The karma is, there is no dosha in karma, but dosha is in the way of thinking. Dosha is that he's thinking that I'm suffering because I didn't get the expected result, but he's not able to think that I shouldn't expect any result. So that is not able to think. So that's why the defect is not in the karma, the defect is in the thought process, the way how he is thinking. So when in our childhood we used to read this Akbar Birbal books. So there once, I think many of you may be knowing that story. What Birbal does is, once he makes the cat to drink very hot milk. So from that time, the cat, the minute it sees the milk, it used to run away. It seems the Birbal's cat. So because it thinks that milk is something which is very dangerous, that will burn its face. But actually, what is the fact? milk is not faulty. The fault is with the hot milk. So, in the same way, the ordinary person thinks that because I perform that action, so I am suffering. But actually, the fault is not in the action, the fault is in the way we are thinking. So, if I have no expectations in that action, then I'll be relieved. If when I don't have any expectation, then I'll not get any disappointment or anything. So I'll not have any sufferings. So what how the karma should be done? So he should do without doing any expectation. So karma is that, and then akarma. So many times we think that not doing anything is akarma, but Krishna only has told in third chapter that a person cannot stay without doing anything for a second also. He says, Na kaschit chanamapi jatu tishtat akarma krit. So we have seen this in third chapter. So he says that nobody is able to sit without doing anything for a second also. So he may be doing wrong things, but he'll be doing something. Or we may not be doing something with our hands or legs, but we may be thinking. So thinking also is doing something. So many of the things, many of the actions are results of the thought. So first it comes in the mind, then we start doing. So all our actions are results of the thought. So first it comes in the mind. So it's not that if I'm not doing anything means nothing is going on in my mind. So we cannot stay without thinking anything. So it is like that. So thinking is also doing only. So that's why uh, what Krishna says here is no one can stay without doing anything for a second also. Then no question of akarma comes. Then what is akarma? So in the next shloka, he gives the details of that akarma. So karma and akarma, two things. We'll study the details in the next shloka. And tatte karma pravakshami yad jnatva mokshase ashubhat. So, what is Ashubha? So, Ashubha is that in this context, Ashubha is not coming back to this karma bandhana. So, not suffering from the karma bandhana. So, then what is the secret of doing the action but not suffering from that? That is Nishkama karma. So, do action but do not expect anything. So, that is Nishkama karma. So, the same karma if we do with one way, so then we'll be arrested in this karma, the cycle of uh, uh, birth and death. And the same karma if we do it in different way, then we'll get liberation, we'll get moksha. That is the same karma. So to get moksha also we need karma. To get into this life again or to get into karma bandhana also we get karma only. For bandhana also and for the moksha also, it is the karma that takes us to bandhana or the moksha. It is the same thing. Like how if we take silkworm, so through its mouth, so it weaves one nest and then it gets arrested in the same nest. And later, by its own mouth, it only cuts that web and comes out. So both it has only done. Bandhana also it has done and liberation also it has only done by the same action. So by the same karma. So I think earlier we have seen the example of screwdriver and the nail. So to fix the nail into the wall, so we turn the screwdriver in one direction, and to remove the nail from the wall, the same screwdriver, the same action turning, but we turn it in the opposite direction to remove the nail. In the same way, to get moksha, we have to do karma, and to get the karma bandhana, suppose to get the bandhana also or bandhana also we get through this karma only. So performing karma or our duties is that is the thing which leads us to bandhana or moksha. That is the cause of both bandhana and moksha. So a wise person knows the way of doing the action, so he will not feel sad or he will not get disappointed or he will not suffer, because he knows that doing action without any expectation will lead to happiness and with expectation will lead to sorrow. So that is the rahasya, the secret, what Krishna tells, that yad jnatva uh, moksha se ashubhat, you will get liberation from ashubha, says Krishna. So in the following shlokas also we see the details of this karma and akarma. महोदय अग्रे पठतु.
अस्तु महोदय. कर्मणो ह्यपि बोधव्यं, बोधव्यं च विकर्मणः, अकर्मणश्च बोद्धव्यं गहना कर्मणो गतिः.
धन्यवाद महोदय. So karmanaha hi api bodhavyam. So one should understand karma. Bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha. Vikarma, what is vikarma? That also should be understood. Bodhavyam. Akarmanascha bodhavyam. One should understand what is akarma. And he says that gahana karmanaha gatihi. Gahana, the karmana, the path of karma is very difficult to understand, he says. So what Krishna says here is bodhavyam means one should know that, or it is essential. So he says that it's very essential to know the secret of performing good action, that is karma. Vikarma is prohibited action, and akarma, the truth about inaction. Akarma is inaction. The literal translation of akarma is inaction, and we'll see what it is. That's why the truth about the inaction. And gahana karmano gatihi, it is very difficult to know the path of the action, he says. So Krishna uses three terms: karma, vikarma, and akarma. And he says that it is very, very essential to know about those three terms, those three things. So let us see one by one what are these things. So first is karma. So just we see these three terms, karma, vikarma, and akarma. We feel that it's very simple and very easy, but the meaning is much deeper and very subtle. So it's not that easy to understand, says Krishna, because karma means doing work or doing action, and a human or a manusha has got three gunas, as we know already: sattvika guna, rajasika guna, tamasika guna. So according to those gunas, uh, a person performs his duties or actions. So he cannot sit quietly, he cannot be without doing anything, because he is driven by these gunas. So he keeps doing those things, and then always he'll be doing something. And then sometimes he does it for profit or fame or name or power or position, so he keeps doing. So when he does for these things, power, position, name, fame, then what happens? He becomes victim of those phala and aphalas. So then he may get, because he's putting a lot of effort, so he may get whatever he wants to have. But along with that, when he does karma with expectation, that is sakama karma, so what happens is he may get what he wants, but along with that he gets something what he doesn't want. So that also comes, some unwanted things also will come when we do work with sakama, with some expectation. So it is almost a shadow. Like, suppose I wish to have something, then I should be ready to accept the thing which I don't want also. That also comes along with that. So with fame, with kirti, apakirti also comes. With adhikara, the fear of losing that adhikara also comes. With profit, the fear of loss next time, where I may face loss. So that fear also comes. So when we do work with expectation, so then all these things will happen. Sometimes we may get what we want, but along with that we also get the unwanted things. So one should be ready for that, one who does sakama karma. So that is called as only karma in this context: karma, vikarma, akarma. Three terms he is telling. So in this context, karma means sakama karma, he's telling. So when we do work with expectation, so we should be ready to get the opposite one also, whatever we wish, the wanted things and unwanted things. Both we should be ready to accept, because I am doing actions with expectation. So then next is vikarma. So vikarma is basically some shastra virodhi actions or antisocial actions, like robbery or murder or something like that, which are very, very shastra virodhi. So that is called as vikarma. And one more Krishna adds here is uh, leaving away our prescribed duties, running away from our prescribed duties and doing somebody else's duties also vikarma, he says. Because for a kshatriya, from the birth or from many years he's trained for war skills, he's trained for ruling, he's trained in administration, and when the time comes, so he cannot run away from his prescribed duty and tell that I will do somebody else's duty, like I'll do tapas, I'll do dhyana, I'll go to forest, I'll become sannyasi, like how Arjuna is doing right now in the battlefield. So that is also called as vikarma, Krishna is telling. So Krishna is listing this vikarma with the ghora, that is antisocial elements we say, no. So this is also comes under that category, says Krishna, because you are running away from the battlefield, and you are not protecting your motherland being a king, so that also comes under vikarma, he says. Otherwise vikarma is some shastra virodhi things or antisocial things, illegal things, crime, offenses, they all come under vikarma. And third one is akarma. The literal meaning of akarma is not doing anything, but Krishna is told that it is not possible for anyone to be like not doing anything, it is impossible. So, akarma is, in spite of doing sufficient work, you look as if you have not done anything. So, that is called as akarma. Like you are doing work, but then also you are not cling to any of the fruits of that work. So in entire Bhagavad Gita, Krishna keeps telling this: perform action, put your 100% effort, take interest, be engrossed in the work, but don't be attached to the fruits. So that is called as akarma. And we have seen in Krishna's life also, he has done so much of karma, like he has done so many battles he fought, and so many people he killed, so many people he defeated, but then also he was not attached to any of the fruits. So you can say that he is akarmi. In spite of doing karma, he is akarmi because he is not attached to any of the fruits. So that's why that is called as akarma. So we can say that in this context, for this shloka, akarma means nishkama karma, doing action but not attached to any of the fruits, that is nishkama karma. So now we have understood what is karma, it is sakama karma, what is vikarma, that is doing wrong things, what is akarma, it is nishkama karma. So then Krishna says gahana karmano gatihi in the last sentence or second line. So then why he says like that, we'll see. So he says that it is very difficult to understand the path of this karma. Why he says that? It is because it looks something else from outside, and it is from inside it is something totally different, he says. Because for example, if I can take a person, so he is doing lots of social work. Say he is constructing a school, or he is constructing a hospital in a village. So then he is working day and night. He is working with tanu mana dhana, that is he has invested or donated money also. He is spending time also for that. He is doing everything for that. So he is doing prachanda karma. So from day and night he is working. But what happens? His intention is good initially, but what happens? Slowly someone writes about him, so someone come and give him some award, so then he develops some aham bhava. So then what happens? He thinks that he's very great, he's doing some great job. So then he thinks that, yeah, state government gave me this award, then why not central government, why not this person, why not this person, I'm so great, people are praising me a lot. So then this person didn't honor this so the expectation starts. So I have asked means people should give me that, people should supply me that, because I'm so and so. So when he develops such kind of attitude, then what happens? He is trapped in that karma bandhana. So he is karma yogi from outside, but from inside, if he is not happy, then he is not doing nishkama karma. On the other hand, there are some people, those who actually give pain to others, those who trouble others, they kill also people, but then also the society or our shastras say that he does a good job. So for example, a soldier, so he kills one more soldier, enemy soldier in the war. So no doubt he is hurting that soldier. Not only that, the soldier who is killed by this person, his family people, they are so troubled, they are so hurt, isn't it? So his wife is widowed and his children are orphaned. But then also the person who kills that Sainika, he doesn't get any sin because he is doing it for his motherland and he is doing his prescribed duty. In the same way, a Nyayadisha or a judge, what he does, he may give a sentence, death punishment or something like that. So what about the person who is getting hanged or who is getting death punishment? What about the family of those people? They may be cursing this judge, but then also judge will have the satisfaction of performing his duties because his duty is like that. In the same way, a doctor, he may hurt the patient physically by giving injection or cutting something or something like that. But then also, if we go and see inside of all the, if we study these actions, so none of these actions are done for selfish needs. A doctor or a lawyer or a soldier, they all are doing selfless jobs. None of the actions are for their own benefit. All those things they are doing for the society. So it is the intention behind the action that decides if that action is good or bad. In the first case, where we have seen a person doing social service, one who is constructing hospital, one who is constructing school, no doubt he is also doing a noble job, but he is not freed from this karma bandhana because inside he is developing ego, aham, and he has started expecting people should honor me, I should get this, I should get this award, and all those things. And later on he may expect that I should get some profit from the hospital, I should get some profit from the school. That thought also may come to him. So he looks like he is karma yogi from outside, but from inside he is not. But these people, those who do these soldiers and all those things, so they are doing such a cruel job, yamayatana thing, it is painful job, it is, but then also it is kalyana prada. They are doing some good thing for the society because they are punishing the bad people, protecting the good people. So and they are treating and curing the diseases. So even though their actions are bad, but their intention is good, so they will not get any sin. That's why Krishna is telling that it is so difficult from outside to decide. Karmana gatihi gahana. Karmanaha gatihi gahana. So it is little deep, gahana, that is very subtle. So one who understand all these things, only they can understand this, what is uh, real karma yogi, who is real karma yogi. So for that we need some knowledge to decide. One who is doing karma from outside, but inside if he is not peaceful, then he is not karma yogi. So who is karma yogi? Even though he is doing actions like killing people, like how Krishna did, even though he is doing actions like that, from inside if he is very calm and serene, then that he is called as karma yogi. So Mahodaya, agre patatu.
अस्तु महोदय। कर्मन् कर्मण्यकर्म यः पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तकृत्स्नकर्मकृत्।
धन्यवाद महोदय. So karmani akarma yah pashet, one who sees akarma in karma, and then yah akarmani karma pashet, one who sees karma in akarma, saha buddhiman manusheshu, that person is intelligent among the humans, and saha yuktaha, he is yogi, and he is the kritsna karma krit, he is the one who has done all the actions, all the karma, says Krishna. So let us see what is the meaning of this. So Krishna is telling that karmani akarma yaha pashet, one who sees the real meaning of the action in inaction, and as well of inaction in action, is the wisest, and one who is engrossed in Atman, that is yuktaha, and performer of all the actions, kritsna karma krit. We'll see what is the meaning of uh, one who sees karma in akarma and akarma in karma. We'll see that. So he says, who is buddhivanta in buddhiman in humans, in men. So ordinary person, what he does is he judges the people by looking their actions, for by their outside, whatever they show off, they do show off. So only by that he believes those people. But an intelligent person, he sees the intention behind that. So as I have told in the previous also, I have told a person doing some social work or one who is constructing school and all those things. So here uh, a person may be doing a prachanda karma, and he may be performing so many actions per day, but inside he doesn't have any anxiety, he is not having any worries, no tension. So, and why it happens? So he is not interested in phalapeksha. He is so engaged from outside, but inside he is prashanta. So he is not attached to anything. So he looks as if he has not done anything. uh, why? Because he does work, he puts 100% effort, but he never worries how the result comes out, because he dedicates everything to God. He thinks that it's all God's work. Naham karta, Srihari karta. Whatever happens, it happens according to God's wish. So my job is to work because He has selected me for doing this job. So my job is to work. So I will work and I'll enjoy the process of working itself, and I'll not bother what happens after that. If the work is not successful, then also he never feels sad, because he thinks that okay, it's God's wish. It's not my work, it is God's work. So if it is successful, then also the credit goes to God. If it is not successful, then also the credit goes to God. So if he has such a mentality or such kind of thoughts, then that is called as seeing akarma in karma. So doing prachanda karma, doing activity day and night, but dedicating everything to God and being calm and serene from inside. So that is called as karma, uh, seeing akarma in karma. So karma is doing action, akarma is nishkarma, that is nishkama, that is doing work without any expectation. So on the other hand, one more person is there, is not doing anything from outside. He looks like he is very calm, so he doesn't have any expectations. So he, for example, I can take one fake sannyasi. Nowadays we see so many in newspapers and all. So there is this fake sannyasi. So he shows himself as Sarvasanga Parityagi, but inside he has a big factory running. Like always, he'll be thinking of how to collect money, how to get profit, or how to cheat people. So many things are going on within him, in his mind. His mind is never peaceful, it is so restless. But he shows himself as a sannyasi, he shows himself as a Sarvasanga Parityagi. So that is like seeing karma in akarma. So outside he shows himself as akarmi, but inside he is a great karmi. But a person who is shanta from inside, who is peaceful from inside, but doing actions from outside, like Krishna, so they are the people, those who see akarma in karma. Outside it is karma, inside it is akarma. But these people like these sannyasis and all dongi sannyasis or these fake sannyasis, so they are exactly opposite. That is, they see karma in akarma. So they show themselves as akarmis, but they are doing karma. That is, they are thinking of all the business or whatever the normal people do, whatever the sannyasis are not supposed to do, so they are doing that. So that's what is the difference between seeing karma in akarma and akarma in karma. So Krishna says that one who understands this, so he is called as jnani, buddhiman, and karma kushali. Why he is able to understand or differentiate these two people? Because he knows himself in a proper way, because he knows that what is the purpose of his life, from where he has come, who is he. So one who knows who am I, so then he can understand all these things in detail. So what is karma, what is akarma, who is doing karma in akarma and akarma in karma, what is being active outside and being very calm inside. So that only a jnani can understand such people. So being very dynamic from outside, but being very calm and very detached from inside. So that a jnani knows, and such a person is called as yuktaha, that is yogi, kushali, they are also called as. So Krishna says that such a person is a person who has done kritsna karma krit. So he, as good as he has done everything, so he has reached the goal, says Krishna. Mahodaya, agre patatu.
अस्तु महोदय। यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः।
धन्यवाद महोदय. Yasya sarve samarambhaha. Samarambhaha means karma only, actions. Kama sankalpa vivarjitaha. Yasya, whose, sarve, all, karma, actions, or kama is desire, sankalpa is resolution, vivarjitaha, free from this resolution and the uh, asha or kama, and also whose karmanam, whose karmas are jnanagdi dagdha, whose desires are burnt with what? With a fire called as knowledge. So whose karma or desires or the asha are burnt in a fire called as knowledge, tam ahuhu panditam buddha. Buddha, the learned people, call such people as panditam. Who is pandita? Who is free from all kama and sankalpa, and then whose seed of desire is burnt in a fire called as knowledge, that person is called as pandita, says Krishna here. So in our daily routine life, we have little different meaning for pandita, because one who can chant mantras or one who has got some information, we call him as pandita. So, but Krishna tells a little different way only, because Krishna tells that the real pandita is one who not only knows but one who implements those things, one who is a role model for him. Krishna calls them as pandita. So he is a role model. There is no need that he should tell that I am pandita, people come to me, I'll teach you because I am learned person. There is no need. Like a torch, so torch or a lamp, there is no need that it should tell us that I am here, because if it is darkness, then the torch itself shows. Even if it is not darkness, then also a deepa or a torch or a bulb, so there is no need that it should tell us that I am here. So the light it emits, that only tells us that it is here. In the same way, pandita need not have to tell that I am pandita. By his knowledge, by the way he leads the life, everybody will know that he is pandita. So that's what Krishna is telling, that uh, this pandita is like that only, and he is free from all this ahankara and asha. So once he is free from all these things, so whatever karma he does, he is not again cling to this uh, bandhana. So this person, even if he is doing actions continuously, but he is resting from inside. So outside he is doing action continuously, but inside he is resting. Let people praise him or let people criticize him, he doesn't care. That's why he is so peaceful from inside. He just does work, but he doesn't care for other comments or criticism. So then all his karmas, all his asha, all his desire are burnt in jnanagni. So when it is in the stage of seed, at that time only, the seed of asha, at that time only, if it is burnt in the fire of knowledge, then no chances of that asha growing into a tree or uh, a small plant. So there is no chance, because it is from the seed stage only it is burnt. That asha is completely burnt. That's why he is telling that he is retired from all this karma phala. Suppose if a person, his seed of desire is not burnt completely, then what happens? Again, he becomes baddha to this loka. So he gets himself cling to this phala phala. Uh, but the karma kushali, the yogi, what he does, before doing anything, a person whose desires are not burnt completely, So what they do, even if their intentions are good, without their knowledge, sometimes they're trapped by these awards or rewards or anything, name or fame. But a karma kushali, a yogi, a pandita, how he does? So before starting action, so he prepares himself that people may praise me, people may give me award or trophies or some Bharata Ratna or whatever. So, but then also I will remain detached from these things. So these all this karma phala peksha, it is like a surgeon. So before starting his operation, what he does, he sterilizes all his equipments. It may be the scissors or the knife or the needle or whatever, forceps or whatever. So all those things he sterilizes. It is because to get rid of all the germs, so that it will not cause any infections. So in the same way, a jnani or a yogi, before performing action, like how we boil these things in hot water, no? So those yogis, they burn those things with the fire of knowledge. So what they think, I should not get any germs when I perform action. After performing the action, what happens? There may be some criticisms, there may be some praises, some awards. So both the things will come. So ninda and stuti, both the things will come. So what Jnani does? Yes, I am performing a huge action. So in this loka, there are different types of people. Some may praise me, some may criticize me, but I'll not get affected by this. And also after performing this action, after huge success also, I will not be attracted towards the fruit of that action. Suppose he is constructing a school and it develops and they are getting money out of that, then also he will decide before only that I will not be attached to that. So that is yogi. Like how the doctor, the surgeon sterilizes all his equipments or apparatus, all those things, the needle and all those things. In the same way, the jnani, before starting his action, his operation, what he does, he sterilizes all his things, like he burns all these phalasakti, asakti, and karma phalasanga, all those things in the jnana agni. So he is ready to perform actions, like how a surgeon is ready to perform his action. In the same way, Jnani is ready to perform his action, making himself free from all these the forthcoming ninda or stuti. That's why he is calm always from inside. Mahodaya agre patatu.
अस्तु महोदय। त्यक्त्वा कर्मफलासङ्गं नित्यतृप्तो निराश्रयः कर्मण्यभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि नैव किञ्चित् करोति सः।
धन्यवाद महोदय। त्यक्त्वा कर्म फलासंगम नित्य तृप्तः निराश्रयः. So after giving up this karma phalasakti, that is attachment to the fruits, and then he becomes nitya truptaha nirashrayaha. So after becoming so, karmani abhipravruttaha api, even if he does work continuously, naina kinchit karoti saha. So even if he is doing so much outside, but from inside he is not doing anything, the effect is nothing on him. That is, he is not carried away by the success, or he is not disappointed by the criticism. He remains like that. So that's what he is telling, that so once he gives up this karma phala, once he becomes detached with karma phala, then he is not affected by any of the action, whatever action he is doing, because he is detached from karma phala, so it will not affect him in any way. He is always detached by that, so he is always peaceful, he says. But he has totally given up the phalapeksha, but he is not idle. He is always very active. He is always engaged or engrossed in doing some loka kalyana kelsa, loka kalyana work. He is always doing that. And then ordinary people may think that what is that motivation he is getting, because he has no expectations of the result, no. then how he works, how can he work so hard, what is the motivation behind it, how he get inspired to do work. But this is the thought of an ordinary person. We people may think that how can one work without any motivation? If we don't want any result, if we are least interested in result, then how will we get motivation to work? So that is the thought of ordinary person. But the fact is, all the best works are done when a person does nishkama karma. So, and then all the laborious inventions that have taken place in the past are all results of passion for working, not for the working for the fruits. So any scientist you take, so they're not guarantee, they don't have any guarantee that they'll become successful in their invention. So many times, so many inventions, they will try and they'll leave it halfway. They'll realize that I may not get it, they'll leave it, but they never think that it is a waste, because it is their passion, so they do it. So they don't have any expectations. Thomas Alva Edison, before inventing the incandescent bulb that we use, so he had done thousands of experiments passing current through different metallic wires, and then people were calling him as a fool because he was so engrossed in one lab. So he had own very simple laboratory he had, and always he was doing experiments. So people were laughing at him, people were calling him as a fool. He was least bothered about people's comment, and he had definitely, the invention of bulb is for sake of mankind. It was not for himself, but he entire life he dedicated for the inventions. It is not for himself at all. So it is said that when a person can totally give up the fruits, the that is sakama karma, when he can work for nishkama karma, only then he can do the huge laborious inventions, like how this Edison did, Marie Curie did. So Marie Curie, she invented radiotherapy, which is even today used for cancer treatment, and she herself died out of cancer because she too much of exposure to those radiations. So how noble she was. So she sacrificed her life for the benefit of mankind. So all the successful works in this world have happened only because of such people. That's why it says that God supplies all those things to the God selects only such people. Those who can do nishkama karma, God selects only such people. He supplies everything, whatever they need to achieve their goal. So all the work, great works are done by nishkama karma. If we work with expectation, we'll get small goals. If we keep that, we may get, I'll get 100% marks, I'll write Bhagavad Gita exam, it's okay. But if we have to achieve the greater heights, if we have to achieve the greater goals, then we should give up the phalasakti, that is the expectation in the fruits of the work. And then one who does work like this, he is nitya trupta. He is always happy. So he may be getting ninda, he may be getting stuti, so but he is least bothered about that. Let people praise him, let people criticize him. He is least bothered. And also, the intention of his work, it may uh, fulfill, that is, he may be having some goal. So suppose a scientist may be having something in his thought, and after working on it for few years, he may realize that he may not get the result, but he may stop, but he won't feel very sad for that, because he thinks that it is God's work. So God has appointed me, and God, it is God's wish that this should be withdrawn. Like how laborers come for building construction, somehow the owner decides that he cannot continue with the construction, the construction stops there. So laborers will not feel sad. So they will get their wages, whatever they have worked so far. So they'll move away from that place. So in the same way, this Jnani thinks that I am a labor appointed by God. So he has appointed me. So now he thinks that he should withdraw. So okay, it's none of my business. It is Daivecha. So his decision. So even if the work is incomplete, in spite of working on that project for several years, if it is incomplete, then also he'll not feel sad because he thinks that it's God's work. So he is withdrawing. It's okay. So because his thought is like that, he is always Nitya Trupta. So he just does his work as a passion, and he just leaves the result to God. So whatever comes, he accepts, he is happy. That's why he is Nitya Trupta. And Nirashrayaha. So when he does work, so he's not dependent on anybody, and he will not ask money, or he will not ask for manpower, because all these things come to him, because he is working without any expectation. He is working for Loka Kalyana. So God supplies all these things, or people only come to him. So everything he gets, because he never does anything for his selfish needs. He does it for the society. So nirashrayaha. So he doesn't need shelter of anyone. Instead, he becomes shelter for many people, because he is continuously working on some project, working something. So he may give job to many people. So he gives ashraya to many people, but then also he will not have that thought that I'm giving ashraya to many people. He thinks that God, through me, God is giving shelter to all these people. Even if he is giving job to hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people, or he is giving shelter to thousands of people, he thinks that through me, God is giving shelter to all these people. I'm just instrument. I'm nothing. So he thinks like that. So such a person, what he happens, even if karmani abhipravruttaha, he may be engaged in work, but he looks like he is not doing anything, because he is calm from within. He is not having that kartrutva bhavana that I am doing, I have done. No, always he thinks that naham karta, srihari karta. So that's why he will not get affected by any of these things. So he does lots and lots of work from outside, but from inside, always prashanta, no hurry, no worry, no tension, no anxiety. So this is called as akarma. Working from outside, but from inside, very calm, very composed, because he's totally detached. He thinks that that was God's work. So I worked from morning to night or evening. So now peacefully he sleeps. He goes for sleep peacefully, because he is so detached from everything. So it is possible only for this jnani, about whom Krishna is talking. So but ajnani is totally different. So he looks like akarmi from outside, but inside he is prachanda karmi, like we can say. So he is thinking of so many things, profit and all those things. So the one who sees akarma in karma is this, and that person is called as uh, jnani or pandita. And because he is jnani and pandita, he is always nitya trupta. He is always happy from inside. He is nirashrayaha. Karmani abhipravrittopi. Even if he is doing actions continuously, he looks like he has not done anything, and he is not attached, or he is not cling to any of the uh, karma, any of the things. It will not cling to him. That is, he will not get any sin. That's what says Krishna. So I think time is up, so we'll stop here. Thank you all. Bhagini, read the Mangala Shloka, and then we'll do Parayana.
अस्तु भगिनि।
ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति